All right, it's another week. Simply Bitcoin. We break down the news from Twitter, the daily fail meme review, the software releases, and the websites by Plebs or Plebs. Drop us a like, subscribe. We're going to the numbers. Let's do this. At the time of this recording, the block height is 685,851. The Bitcoin price, 36,420. At least we've got 420 in there.
Hey.
Right day, 730. Total public Lightning capacity, 1,402.28. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 5.52%. Sats per dollar, 2,746.
Ouch. We're
Stacking hard. We're still stacking hard.
It's stacking hard numbers, bro. It's stacking hard numbers all the time. But like, man, the sats per dollar, that hurts, bro. I remember when it was under 2,000, it was so sweet. It was beautiful.
Like candy.
It was
now
like
it's
candy.
gone.
Now it's gone. But it's going to come back very soon. And soon enough, we're going to be sub 100 sats per dollar. And that is going to be absolutely insane. Everyone's going to be losing their minds on Twitter. That day is going to come sooner than you think. All you got to do is keep stacking sats, stay humble, and don't use margin. I learned that the hard way. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. All right, everyone. So it appears at the same time that we're going to have the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami, there is going to be the fake, the SV conference, the BSV conference as well.
Wait, it's at the same time?
I don't know if it's at the exact same time, but it's apparently coming up soon. So anyways, and I was really surprised. I was really surprised to see who some of the speakers were. Namely, okay, so Nouriel Roubini, right? Like, he dumps on, like, it's so funny, right? Like, he dumps on Bitcoin, but he dumps on all the other shitcoins even more, and he's going to be speaking at a freaking BSV conference. But even worse, even sadder than this is Nassim Taleb. Okay? And like, okay, so first of all, you know, if we go through this, right, Nassim called Bitcoiners several months ago, I quote, complete idiots. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part is he never read the Bitcoin Standard, which he wrote the foreword for. Okay, so he's, he's an outright fraud in that sense. Anyways, and so, but then it even gets worse, right?
It gets worse?
It even gets, it really does. It gets worse because I hold on a second, because I have to show this. So now, okay, we got this courtesy of actually one of the fellow Bitcoin plebs in TCBP. So here we go, right? Because he protects all his tweets, so like it's impossible to get his tweets now. So here we go. You need newcomers, young people joining the cult. Problem: these are going to be elsewhere, mainly ETH. So the guy's fucking speaking at a BSV conference. He's shilling ETH. He dumps on Bitcoin now that he sold it and, you know, made his profit. Anyway, this guy's like, don't get me wrong, but I've never seen somebody crash and burn so fast. And he claims to be just, this utter genius, right? Like, everyone is so stupid. And actually, hold on. I need to show this one, okay? Because don't get me wrong, okay? Everyone knows, like, I'm not a fan of Pedro, but at the same time, at the same time though, this is pretty rough, okay? So Pedro goes, why don't we talk this through? If you're right, then convince me. I may convince you the other way. Pot shots at Bitcoin on Twitter are easy, but a one-on-one discussion is more helpful. That. What have you got to lose? And we know that's typical engagement, right? From Pedro. He wants to have the chat on his podcast. All right. This is Nassim's response. Now that I let you into my Twitter, you should learn to stay in your place. Avoid polluting my threads with your low intellect utterances and not bother people here as they expect high standards. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's so fancy. Anyways, you keep your mouth shut and it'll be okay. Gabish?
What the fuck?
Guys, this is like, don't get me wrong, but I've never seen, and like, I've really like, look, every one of us can be a douchebag at any given point, right? Like, we're all humans. And like I grew up with a lot of douchebags, and this is like, you know, like between everything I've ever seen in my life, I've actually never seen somebody so completely full of themselves, thinking so highly of themselves that it's actually at the socio, like this is like narcissism at its peak. Holy crap. And he's shilling BSV. He's at a BSV conference. I can't wait to see what this turns into. I can't wait to, like, anyways, it just horrible. horrible failure. Nico.
Man, that was so
that, man?
That was the top 2 Phil rants I've ever heard. Great, dude. I just want to point out, like, at that whatever conference, clearly shitcoin conference number 1000 something, the top 3 speakers all have blue check marks. That is definitely not a good sign. Okay, just pointing that out there. Just want to point that out there.
And I want to add the lawyer. Okay, the lawyer is like the head of, or like a part of the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Association. There's no such thing as a Bitcoin Association. None of this exists. They don't represent Bitcoin in any way. Anyways,
dude, you're exactly right, Phil.
It's ridiculous. Like, these guys, like, they're insane.
It's all insanity, and it's like, I love what Max Kaiser said. They're egomaniacs, and his ego is so strong. He's so sour, right, that he can't be wrong. That he like joins like a shitcoin conference just to give a middle finger to the Bitcoiners, because that's clearly the only reason he's doing this. Right, and Nouriel, Roubini, whatever, right? It fits into that category too. This is a guy that obviously gets significant amount of engagement just talking about Bitcoin, right? Oh, yeah. Like whether he's being negative or positive. He wrote, which we're going to cover this week as well. He was one of the people interviewed for the Goldman Sachs report that just came out. Like they got they got Nouriel Roubini's opinion on Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, it's just so crazy. Like, who the hell goes to these conferences? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like,
listening to these people,
man. And it's like, and the ETH comment, like Eesh. The ETH is a cult. ETH is a cult. Bitcoin is not a cult. ETH is a cult. Dude, look, there, you can't verify the supply. Vitalik tweets something, the whole mining scheme changes, right? The network goes down when they do an upgrade. Like, man, who's in the cult? Who's in the cult? It's just crazy. It's just absurd. But it's excellent source material, so keep going.
Keep going. We love it.
Oh my God, bro. Nassim Taleb, listen, I think you deserve it. Nassim Taleb, have fun staying poor, because, yeah, man, like, but once again, Jack, thank you so much for the blue check marks. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, everybody, the meme for today, we got a couple, because just listen, we got so unlucky yesterday. We covered about like how like Marathon and Mara are like trying to coerce mining, and they're using climate as an excuse. Well, the plebs claim victory. It was glorious, and it happened 30 minutes after we recorded. Bad timing. Anyways, check this out. When the news came out, RD released his tweet. The plebs, Marathon, the plebs, just blowing through it. But before we give the meme rating, Phil, check this out. Check this meme from Ben Kaufman. This week's edition. Are you winning, son? Yeah, Dad. We just bullied a multi-billion-dollar company into surrendering to our vision of privacy and censorship resistance. Awesome, awesome memes by two fellow plebes. You can go check them out at _Ben Kaufman. And of course, one of the meme lords at RD _BTC Phil. For those memes, I'm going to give RD's meme because it was just so simple. My girlfriend's birthday gift. She painted it herself. Has a little lightning bolt. An eagle with laser eyes. Eagle represents freedom, right?
Nice.
She's a fat squirrel because that's what I call her. Bitcoin 21. And the blue and red pill. So shout out to my girlfriend, the squirrel, for this awesome painting. That's what I'm going to give the memes. Anyways, Phil, what are you going to give it?
I am just speechless on that. That is a totally cool gift. That is a hilarious, cute little endearing name that you've got going on there. Okay, so that being said, some problems require a very unique solution. And with that, I am going with a very small screwdriver.
Okay, calm down. Okay, awesome scores for an awesome meme.
Great memes.
A screwdriver, just it's you never know. It's a small screwdriver, and this awesome painting for my girlfriend for my birthday. For those awesome memes from Ben Kaufman and RD BTC, a meme lord. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by
Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody, the meme. All right, everybody, the news for today. It's not the meme. It's the news, okay? Check this out. Awesome news from India. The Reserve Bank of India, aka the Central Bank of India, have finally set out this notice to banks after 15 months since the Supreme Court verdict. Essentially, what they did is to clarify that, yes, you can do Bitcoin transactions, right? That's a good thing. And of course, the hashtag India wants Bitcoin. This is very, very positive, very good. Step in the right direction. Awesome. But anyways, before I get your thoughts, Phil, check this out. An announcement by Lixin today. He is the founder and CEO, or there was the CEO of Cobo Vault Legacy. Let's check out his announcement. Hi, everyone. I am Lixin, former head of hardware at Cobo. I intended to build Cobo Vault as an ultimate security tool that provides self-custodial solutions against hacks on centralized services. That's what a hardware wallet does. But to go on to what he wrote, unfortunately, not everyone agrees with this belief. Cobo, the parent company of Cobo Vault, has decided to deprioritize Cobo Vault, their cold storage hardware wallet subsidy, to minimal maintenance. Essentially, they're just putting it in the back room, right? Kind of sucks. I love Lixin. He's definitely a hard worker. But the good news is he has decided to start a new brand of hardware wallets called Keystone, and he will be bringing the original Cobo Vault team with him. This new brand will be operated by the original team. I want to wish Lixin the best of luck. It's incredibly hard to be an entrepreneur, and is even more hard to be an entrepreneur and to develop a piece of hardware. That is one of the hardest things you could do. So, I loved the Bitcoin only solution for the Cobo. Just to call it out, they did have a shitcoin solution, but they have Bitcoin only firmware. So I like that. I like Lixin. He's a good dude, and he's a young dude, and I wish him all the success. And I hope it succeeds. But please, man, make it Bitcoin only. Why? Why add support for the crap coins? Okay? Anyways, Lixin, if you're listening, those are my thoughts. Phil?
All right. So, first topic, India. Flip-flop. Here we go. Yay! They're all happy. Bitcoin again. Okay, great. We'll see in 3 weeks, a month. There's the new story where they ban it again. Okay, because this is what they do. So right now, yeah, it's great. I'm happy, but I don't care because they're one of those countries that flip-flops. But yeah, for the Cobo Vault thing, so I was actually talking with Lixin today, and so I think it's great that he's doing Keystone. They do have a Bitcoin-only firmware for the wallet, so that is kind of okay, but they still do the shitcoin version, which sucks. I did get to test out the wallet, the original Cobo Vault one. I really liked it a lot. I thought it was cool, the QR codes, but it also uses biometrics for identification. The only thing about it that kind of sucks is that if you have an original Cobo Vault and you're bringing it over to Keystone, that's not possible. You're going to have to get a whole new wallet. That is something that he explained, which is unfortunately terrible. But you know what? To your point, I do wish him the best of luck. I really enjoyed the user experience with it. It had a great app for your phone. It was an easy wallet to use. Even the register, the initial setup of it, very simple. Yeah. So, man, hopefully Keystone ends up sticking around. It's great that he brought that original team with him. One thing I would like to see, though, I know that they use this quote-unquote open source secure element, but one of the concerns was that it was, China. It was made in China.
Yeah.
So we'll see if maybe he changes the secure element. because possibly that was maybe something that his parent company was having a say in. I don't know.
Yeah, so no, and I think you made some great points. I never got a hand on the Cobo Vault, so it's good that you actually had your hands on it. But yeah, man, listen, the more hardware wallet makers, the better, because competition just creates greatness. That's how capitalism works, right? But anyways, moving on to, I think, the big announcement of today, right? Check this out. Before I play the video, I just want to say, this is victory, guys. In a battle, but not the war. And this is exactly why toxicity is important. If Bitcoiners were not toxic, if Bitcoiners were not savage, it would have not forced Marathon and would have not forced Michael Saylor also to kind of change their perspective on this. But anyways, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to play the video. This is from the CEO of Marathon, or Mara. And these are the same people that censored transactions and didn't signal for Taproot. Anyways, let's check out what he has to say.
Hi, I'm Fred Thiel, CEO of Marathon Digital Holdings. I joined Marathon a little over 30 days ago, and while I'm still settling into the role, I want to let everybody know that I am a believer and supporter of the core tenets of the Bitcoin community in regards to decentralization, inclusion, and no censorship. As such, I want to share with you some exciting
I don't
things
have
we're
a
making
choice.
to bring Marathon in line with the rest of the Bitcoin mining industry. This week, Marathon will be updating all our miners to the full standard Bitcoin Core 0.211 node, including support for Taproot. Additionally, I want to make it clear that by adopting the full standard Bitcoin Core node, we will be validating transactions on the blockchain in the exact same way as all other miners who use the standard node, and we will not be censoring any transactions. The rollout will occur as part of a major system.
So,
Hold on. Before you say something, can we scroll down and see what Howie said?
oh yeah, absolutely.
I definitely want to, because I see his is like the top comment there. I just got to see what he said.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
To actually, oh my gosh.
To get out that out of one of the most toxic Bitcoiners I know. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. Look,
awesome.
Before we start celebrating, look, this is just another example of the incentives of Bitcoin. They had no choice. They had no freaking choice. And this is how powerful Bitcoin is, and this is how much Bitcoin empowers the plebs, right? The plebs are given this power by freaking Bitcoin, and we won, man. We went after them so savagely on Twitter, right? We gave Michael Saylor so much heat. I don't have to ask him this question at Bitcoin 2021. That, man, it's exactly what Ben Kaufman's tweet. You have a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and of course, the plebs win. The plebs are undefeated. This is a victory. This is awesome, Phil.
Yeah. So look, obviously I'm happy to see that, right? I'm happy to see him eat some crow and have to do that. But at the same time, right, I can't help but be a jerk and think like, look, it's easy to appease people temporarily, right? Sometimes, opportunity, opportunity presents itself. So you wait. Maybe now's not the opportunity for them. But we always got to be wary of these people because
Absolutely.
They don't just all of a sudden, as they don't just all of a sudden become good guys, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's, oh yeah, no, we're okay. We were going to censor, but now we're not going to censor anymore. It's all good.
It's more convenient right now. And actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up one of the Bitcoiners' tweets on that exact point, Phil, right? This is by Gigi, right?
Yes.
And check this out, right?
21
Symbiosis.
lessons.
Yeah, amazing. By the way, guys, go definitely check that out. If you have not read that book, read it, okay?
21lessons.com. Sorry.
Yes, and I'll pop it up. Okay, so check this out. Symbiosis, historically, it has always been more economically rational to help Bitcoin than to fight against Bitcoin, right? I think that perfectly applies to the situation. Let's check out another toxic motherfucker. Awesome, dude. Francis, I can't pronounce that. Phil, help me out. Francis
Pouliot.
Okay, Francis, thank you. Definitely Canadian He's the man. Okay, let's check out what he has to say.
Francis.
Bitcoin's intolerant minority of toxic maximalists, cyberpunk plebs, establishes the Overton window of Bitcoin narrative. Some ideas are so unacceptable, parentheses, censorship, that they don't pierce as legitimate contenders in the discursive, what's that word?
Discursive.
Thank you, space. This has tangible consequences in reality, right? And of course, he's retweeting a tweet by Alex Gladstein. We had him on the show, the chief strategy officer at the Human Rights Foundation. He says, bullish on corporations, virtue signaling for privacy and censorship resistant. Much remains to be seen, but this is a step in the right direction. Okay, so if you could just ignore all of Nico's ability to not read things, man, they're absolutely right. You know, it's just fight the honey badger, die to the honey badger, right? Do not resist Bitcoin because Bitcoin has run over anybody that has resisted it. And this just goes to show, man, listen, the same thing applies to mining. I get this question all the time, right? It's like, what if the government just gets enough computational power to attack the Bitcoin network or to brute force, you know, private keys and all that stuff? And I always say to them, I'm like, listen, hold on a second. If the government manages to get that amount of computer power, it's just going to be significantly more profitable for the government just to use that computational power to mine than to try to attack Bitcoin, right? That's the incentives, man. The incentives are so perfectly aligned that it's not that everybody is playing by the rules because they want to. It's because it's more profitable to play by the rules. That is the beauty of Bitcoin. Phil?
I don't even know what to add to that. But yes, it is. That's absolutely right. You know, like they have no choice. They have absolutely no choice whatsoever, and you have to play by the rules, and that is what's amazing about Bitcoin. But I'm sorry, I want to go back to, I want to take a look at one of the, okay, yeah, so Alex Gladstein's tweet, right? See how he's echoing that caution? Like, it's because that's what it is, right? For the moment, it seems great, right? It seems like we, you know, like there's a victory, you know, in terms of this social battle, but we're going to see what happens in the next stage. You know, I think they're just going to bide their time.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're ever going to be successful. They are not ever going to be successful. You know, like, I don't care. That's my bias, and I'll die on that hill. They'll never be successful, but they will try again.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's just to think, like I said initially, and I said it on yesterday's comments, right, on the YouTube video, like this battle for freedom, we won, but the war for freedom, we're very far away from winning that, right? So again, a victory is good. This is a huge deal, right? Now we don't have any mining pools censoring blocks, right? So it's very, 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 very bullish. And yeah, man, it just puts a smile on my face, especially the week of Bitcoin 2021. So yeah, let's see what happens. But anyways, Phil, there was a software release or website by Plebe. I don't remember.
Websites by Plebs or Plebs. All right, everyone. The website by a pleb is, the fellow pleb, first of all, is at the Vlad Kostia, or Koste. I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize, Vlad. I do apologize. I tried. But check out this website, okay? He's got a website, bitcoin-takeover.com, and he started something new, Bitcoin Takeover Radio. And what he is trying, what he's attempting to do is just have constant Bitcoin, like Bitcoin only, amazing Bitcoin content. Anyways, streaming all the time, 24/7. Good times, everybody. Check it out.
Man,
that is bitcoin-takeover.com.
Shout out to Vlad, bro. That's
Vlad, man.
Very noble of him to do that, just to get the signal out there.
Yep.
Super awesome. And just to put, a collaboration of all these awesome plebs and their content out there. Mm-hmm. Super, super cool. Definitely go check out the site. We will put it in the link description like always, but you guys know the drill. If you enjoyed the show, smash that like button. Smash that like button. It's the beginning of the week, so I still have energy. Smash it. And of course, if you want to continue hearing the catastrophic and shitcoin fails and the Bitcoin news I do this every day. What the hell is wrong with me? And the Bitcoin news from the pleb perspective, definitely consider subscribing and we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.